There's nothing worse than an eyewitness because your eyes play tricks on you and your memory will change things over a period of time. So I was just a witness to something. I happen to be talking to you guys right now. I'm going to document it so my mind doesn't play a trick on me. I was in traffic. I'm headed north on 205 at the Molalla, Oregon City exit, pouring down rain. 2 cars back. The car 2 cars in front starts to swerve, takes a sharp left straight into the concrete barrier. Okay, we're in what we call in Oregon the passing lane. Just means we're in the far left-hand lane, but the only thing that separates us from other traffic coming onward is a concrete wall so you can never swerve and hit it. This guy takes a sharp left. He hits this wall so hard, and we're going 70. I'm going 70. He's right in front of me. He takes a left so hard, he hits this wall, comes to absolute zero, which is basic physics, and it shoots him the other way so hard that he goes across 4 lanes of traffic and comes to a stop only when he hits the concrete wall on that side. Meanwhile, when I see this happen, break a rule and drive it. If you're in a situation like that, according to the textbook, you are to stay in that same lane, even if it means you get in a wreck. You are not to swerve lanes. Fine. Human reaction, I swerved. And I remember when I swerved, I remember actually having a thought of being so happy that I didn't pull right into somebody over there. So now, once I swerve, I'm playing this game of Frogger. The guy who is in the accident is now coming back. I thought he was going to hit that wall, come to a stop. I swerve to not hit him. He's not. The car's shooting him back. I'm about to T-bone him. The only reason I don't T-bone him is because between my brakes and the speed of which he's getting shot back at, he happens to miss, at which point I swerve back into the middle lane. The middle lane, even though we're now clear because we've passed this guy, that guy freaks out. He hits his brakes. There's nobody in front of him, but he's hitting his brake. I don't judge that guy. He'd never been in a trying situation, but that forces me to swerve yet another lane. When I swerve into that lane, I look in my rear view, guy's coming at me with his brakes slammed on, about to hit me. I know his brakes are slammed on because I can see his car and his back end is starting to fishtail because he's locked his brakes up so hard. So I punch the gas, and between him braking and me accelerating, he doesn't hit me. All the while, I'm on the phone with Joel, at which point I yell, Joel, call 911, get an ambulance to the Oregon City Molalla exit right now. Joel hangs up. When Joel called the police because he didn't have any information, he says, hey, call my buddy Chael at 503. So gives them my number. The police call me. Okay, fine. Everything's cool in the gang. I should have called the police directly. I was a little bit rattled. By the time they're calling me, I'm already mid-prayer, thanking God and hoping that the guy that was involved is okay. I mean, this car did everything a car can do except for roll over and explode. And I'm assumption, he must have lost a tire. Like, the way he pulled into the wall, it was such a sharp left turn. Like, it wouldn't just be you drop something, you move the wheel. That's not what happened, man. This car took a boom right into this wall. So I only had to run an errand. I was actually running to get my kid an ice cream at a 7-Eleven right up the road. So I get that exit, I get the ice cream. When I'm coming back, now I drive past the scene of the crime. And the one thing I don't know, from my perspective, the only one hit was this guy. But what I don't know, because I'm at the front of the pack, is when so many brakes hit, was there a pileup? Like, did people start getting rear-ended? I don't know at this point. So as I come back, I look over, no, it was only that one car. And sure enough, ambulance on the scene, I'm assuming, to get that guy out of there. The front end, it was a station wagon. It wasn't damaged to the point, like sometimes a car will hit its front end, and it'll shove the engine back like right into the legs of the driver. I don't think that happened. So I have very good thoughts and prayers, but I think they've been answered, and I believe the driver of that vehicle is okay. When I did come back by, though, just to bring this to conclusion, they had a tow truck there, and they were lifting it onto the flatbed of the tow truck with the crane, and that was the only car. So how this happened, how everybody's good fortune got smiled upon, how this did not end in a massive pileup, how I was able to play a game of Frogger. Have you ever had those life flash before your eyes moments of any level? If you have, then you can relate. They're like that. They are an instant and everything. Guys, this was 4 seconds. That is the longest before your eyes moment I've ever been part of. Right, I'm in one lane, I see this, I'm in another lane, okay, nothing, I'm in another lane, and I'm yet in a third, and then I see the rear view. Tight situation, I'm documenting it, there's my memory, thanks for listening.